Alright guys, here we are with those season 3 patch notes, bro. They done just dropped, I think yesterday, not too long ago. These are pretty recent. I think I decided to hop on here and check these out right after I saw that the season 3 launch trailer was posted on YouTube. And here we are. We're gonna review Yoshimitsu's season 3 changes, bro. We gonna review the mugs. We gonna see all the juicy buffs and nerfs, and I will give you my opinion on or my speculations as to their efficacy, or how good they would be or how bad they would be. Here we go, guys. See, the first change here is during rage time with enemy attack with up back 1+4. That means that's his rage art parry, you know, his rage art flash basically. And it reduced the strength of pushback and made it easier to land. What they say with pushback, meaning I think like there was this glitch where you would activate your rage art right as the opponent attacked, and the rage art animation would push the opponent back just a teensy bit, and it would make the rage art whiff. So it would completely negate the entire purpose of it being a defensive, completely defensive rage art. Yeah, there's been multiple times where I've seen that musician time his rage art parry, rage art flash with a kick or something, or with an opponent. There's videos on YouTube already where he times it perfectly. The kick somehow, like, you know, magically moves backwards a little bit, and it misses, and the opponent gets a free win. So here we go. It also reduces the pushback, I guess. What they mean by pushback, I guess it would mean by either that or the combos pushback. You know, when you actually land a combo with it. It could be either or. It could be either they fixed the bug, or they made you able to land like a better combo that doesn't, you know, make the enemy fly back so far right off the bat. So new move during Kencho, back 2-1. So I'm guessing that was a launch we all saw in the Tekken season 3 trailer. That's the launch. I really want to see what the back 2 part is, back 2-1 during Kencho. Really want to see what the 2 part is. I know the 1 is most likely the launch. So let's see. We have forward 4, the useless, the nearly useless, you know, wall splat or wall bounce move that Yoshi got in season 2. I think they increased the moves tracking to each side because that move had little to no tracking at all. It would basically whiff on the slightest, teensiest, tiniest side step you could possibly have. I think he needed that. Well, at least the move is not as trash anymore, you know. The range could be just a tiny bit more, you know. They could make the tip of his foot a little bit farther out, because, you know, like everybody else, where it doesn't even look like their foot hits you, and it does. Make Yoshi's like that a little bit more, you know. He does stick his leg all the way out there, you know. It doesn't really make sense to whiff on people's backdashing all that much. Maybe it's just because it's so damn slow, I don't know. Okay, here we go with down forward 1-4. First hit, decrease the distance between the character and the opponent when the move hits. That means there's less pushback, either on hit and on block. So there was situations where you would press down forward 1 and you would hit the first, you land the first hit, but then the second hit came out and it would completely whiff, and your opponent would be able to launch you. So yeah, on block, that was on block. So if your first down forward 1 hit and you go for the, you know, the 4 as the, you know, the string, you know, 1-2 hit, first hit would land block, and they would, the second hit would whiff and they would get launched. So I'm guessing that's the buff to make them both connect, make it more consistent. The second hit, change the frame advantage when blocked from -14 to -12 for, oh shit. That means it's probably more plus on hit. If it's -12 frames on block, it didn't really make sense to be -14 any fucking way. That was retarded. So that's good that he has a much better, you know, basic Punisher now. Basic 13 frame Punisher, reasonably safe. It did not make sense to be fucking -14, not at all. So increase the recovery time when the move misses by 2 frames. That could be fucking terrible though. The move already like felt like you gave them forever. Like it gives them forever to punish you if you whiff that move. It already felt like they had forever. So it could be even worse, you know. Could be even worse, you know. The whiff on you know, on whiff could be a worse on whiff. I'm stuttering myself, but here we go. Down forward, 1+2. That is his little low elbow into his little, you know, twist slap, you know, backhand or whatever. So change the damage from 10 to 12. Increase the move's reach. So this is a good buff. This really needed more reach because if your opponent's movement was really good, you pretty much had 0 chance of hitting them with this low. If they happen to backdash, you could be point blank. You can run up on them point blank, use down forward 1+2, and they would backdash 1 time and it would miss. It would whiff. So this is a good buff. I think that'll happen a little bit less now that the range has been, you know, increased. Hopefully. Here we go with the down 2-2-1. Reduce the strength of the pushback. So I'm guessing their opponent is closer on block, or it's not as good of a wall carry. So that might be bad. Hopefully it's just only on block. Not it doesn't. I hope this doesn't nerf his wall carry. I really hope it doesn't. So down back 3. Decrease the distance between the character and the opponent when the move hits. So this right here. This means that if you hit them with the first down back 3, the second one will connect. Because there's been plenty of times where I've done down back 3-3. The first move hits, the second move, the second 3 whiffs, and you know, it's not as good to lose that damage or frame advantage on hit. It should make this move more consistent on hit. So on hit or on block, I guess, because it really wasn't good to begin with. This move wasn't that damn good. I didn't like using it, or I just didn't like using it purely for the fact that it whiffed a lot. Even though his legs is all the way outstretched, you know, if you had an opponent that was real consistent with backdashes, this move right here, it will whiff a lot. So I'm guessing even if you connect your hits. If you connect the first hit, the second hit will almost be guaranteed to hit, land. So more consistency. During Mind Dragonfly 4, changed the opponent's behavior when the move lands as a counter hit. This means it's either a nerf or it's either a stun on hit rather than a corkscrew. This could be a fucking huge buff right here. This could be an amazing buff. If it's a stun on a counter hit. Hopefully it's not just, you know, they took away his corkscrew as a launch, you know. Hopefully this is not a nerf. Hopefully this is a buff. Stun on counter hit possibly. Okay, here we have up 3+4. Decrease the distance between the character and the opponent when the second hit lands. So this means there is less pushback, I guess, on block. I'm not sure what this means, because if you land this on somebody, it was pretty close to begin with. It was pretty easy to combo after this lands. So I'm guessing it might be on block. Closer on block, and you're +4, you know. Up forward 2. Change damage from 20 to 25. That means if you do happen to land this as a counter hit, it will be much better damage, for the garbage move that you're throwing out, Increase the move's tracking. This means with this move being a horizontal sweeping slash, it should track both sides, right? It doesn't. There's been plenty of times where this move had whiffs to one direction. I think it whiffs to the... It whiffs in the direction he swings from, so... Yeah, there's that. I'm not sure which direction to mention because both player 1 and 2 side. But it whiffs in the direction the move swings from. It doesn't make sense. But this might be a buff. This could be a buff where it tracks in the direction the move comes from. So we have up forward 4. Increased the lower range of the attack. Thank you. Thank you, Harada. Thank the Lord. Whatever you want to thank. This is a fucking good buff. Thank you. Finally! It only took you like took you 6 games to finally address this shit. Like, this is avoiding the puddle. You can now avoid the puddle and smack their ass across the head now. Now that the range is actually lower. This actually fulfills the purpose of the move. It fulfills it now. This is a buff. This is a great buff. Up 4-4, avoiding the puddle will hit lower. Now you can actually smack those dumbass fucking hell sweepers in the face with your foot now. Like it should have been a long time ago. Okay, now we have 4-4-3. Sped up the timing in which the opponent counted as being mid-air after counter hit by 4 frames. Oh god, this could be a fucking nerf. This could be a really fucking bad nerf. This means that once you get your counter hit, there is no more 82 damage guaranteed. The opponent is probably airborne after you get your counter hit. So, yeah. But, he did get that new move, the back 2-1 from Ken, so I'm guessing it's you have a new combo option. Now that this counter hit can be counted as airborne quicker, that means you probably can't use 4-4-3 counter hit into 1+2 and then, back turn down 1. That was a huge chunk of damage, 82 guaranteed. So this could be a nerf or buff depending on how this shit turns out. I really hoping to see this turns out to be either not a buff. Not a buff, but not a nerf. Could be neutral or a buff. Hard to tell right now, depending. I just have to see what that new move he has is. But most likely it's a nerf because the opponent will be airborne, meaning your Ken 1+2 will just smack them to the ground and you can't get your 82 guaranteed damage. Okay, while rising 4. Decrease the distance between the character and the opponent when move hits. That means they're not retardedly far away where you can't really follow up with anything. If you while standing forward somebody with Yoshi, they would be really, really far away. Your only options would be probably to CD1 them if they mash some shit, or CD2 them if they try to jab your CD1. Or just down for one, but you were likely to whiff any follow-ups after that other than CD1 because they were so far away. All they had to do is backdash 1 time while rising 4. This is a buff. So crouching down forward 4. This might be bad. Decrease the distance between the character and opponent when move lands as a counter hit. Okay, that's a buff. That is a buff, most certainly. So this means like there were situations where you would counter hit a lot of characters at the range you should counter hit them at, you know, the move's optimal range, and you wouldn't be able to get nothing from it. You would have to, you know, do a crouch cancel 3-4, some crazy shit like that to actually combo characters like fucking Marduk with his weird body having ass. Like, Marduk will fall out a lot of combos. You have to specifically lab for this character's combos in your wall options against Marduk, because Marduk's weird lower hitbox, he actually can't get hit by Yoshimitsu's was it unblockable sweep setup by the wall. He cannot get hit by it. If he text rolls and backsteps, he can't get hit by that shit. So you'll have to modify a little bit of mucus on though. You'll have to modify your wall combos for Marduk. Either, you know, do your big body combo, or just somehow manage to get a high wall splat and back 1-1-1-1-1 him, and then either crouch for that unblockable sweep setup, because it will now work. You can't CD1 him and unblockable sweep Marduk by the wall. You have to modify it so that you're closer that you can unblockable sweep setup him. So the thing is if you, I'm rambling here, but I'll finish this off. The thing is with Marduk, if you just do the back one lens, you're close enough to unblockable sweep setup him, or if he doesn't get up, you can just easily CD1 him on the ground, since you're so, you know, you're recovering really quick out of your 1-1s and shit. So, okay, here we go for during the Muto Kwami, I forgot what that even was. Down forward, one, all that shit. Increase the move, first hit, increase the move's hitch, increase the move's reach, I'm stuttering here. And change the frame advantage when blocked from -16 to -13. Oh, okay, I see. This is no sword. I never really found out what that was, so I just called it no sword. I never realized it was called that, no sword. So hand to hand's you know, down forward 1+2 was actually launch on block, so they actually buffed it in no sword, so that it's no longer minus on hit. So they made it like the normal sword stance, so that it's no longer minus if you hit it, and it's now just like, you know, regular sword stance. This is a buff, just makes it, normalizes it to sword stance. No sword, while crouching down forward 3, fixed an issue with each character. More nukes in my nose. Fixing each issue with the character not being counted as crouching if the move was input in advance. So this is a misinput thing where a lot of people would go into crouch and just get a crouching 3 a lot of the time instead of your down forward 3. I see a lot of Yoshimitsu players get that bad input, so they made it easier for you to go into crouch and use down forward 3, so you don't have to telegraph it as much anymore just to get your correct input. Okay, so for the no sword, approach the enemy 1-3, fix the issue in which throws could be escaped with 2. Oh, okay. Forward 1-3. Wait a minute. Oh, so this was a bug? I never knew about that bug. Could not be escaped with 2. Oh, so there was actually a mix-up here. So they nerfed it. I never knew it. So no sword, while in no sword stance, if you grab them with your generic 1+3 grab, they had to actually input the input for your throw, as in they had to press 1, not 2. So now Yoshimitsu can only has 2 grabs. So while going into no sword, he somehow had He somehow had all three throw commands. He had 1, 2, and 1+2. So this is a nerf. So how was that an issue? He had an extra throw just like everybody else. Like, come on now. So actually, overall, this is a great season 3 buff for Yoshi. Overall, I say this is awesome. A little annoyed by some things, but this is good. I'm glad I could see what this is all about in advance. I'm so glad they released these notes here. You know, some days in advance. I was really hankering to see what was changed, and overall, I'm satisfied of it. I'm really satisfied with it. Oh wait a minute. Did I go over this? Up forward, increase the lower range of the attack. Yeah, I did. Thought that was something else. Well, I guess that just about covers it, y'all. Here we go. Yoshimitsu Season 3 changes have been covered. See you guys next time. Thank you all for watching.